Welcome to phoBrio. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to set up a workflow. First, click on Workflows. And then let's go to Add Workflow. We'll give it a name, we'll call it Portrait Session. You can give it a description if you like, but I usually don't. Okay, our workflow is set up. Now what we have to do is we have to add steps to the workflow. Steps are anything that you do within your workflow process. So here we're going to go, our first step will be session scheduled. Again, you can give it a description if you like. And order. For order, what the order number is, all your steps will show up in the order of the number that you give it. I like to go every 5, so we'll start out with 5 here. And then our next step, when we create that, we'll give that an order number of 10. And then the step after that, 15. And I'll show you why here in a second. Alright, the next step, let's go contract, payment, return. And we'll give that an order number of 10. Next step, session completed, 15. Session approved, we'll go 20. But now looking back at my steps, I realized I missed a step in between schedule session and contract payment return. I like to send out info packets before the contract or payment is returned. So how I can add a step in between these two steps is I just come in here, info packet sent. And now for my order number, if I give it an order number between 5 and 10, it will show up in between those two. So that's why I go every 5, just in case I forget a step in between one of the steps as I'm creating it. I can go back in and add it without having to remove all the other steps prior to it. So we'll go 7. Now you can see that it showed up in its proper spot, in the proper order. Okay, and let's go back to workflow. And you can see it automatically selects the workflow that you create. And here's our steps. Let's add a client. When you add a client, it'll add it to your first step in the workflow. And then you can click the arrows to move them down throughout your workflow. And after they have gone all the way through your workflow, you can just remove them off your workflow by clicking this button here. And now they're off the workflow. And that's working with workflows. You can see I had another portrait session already set up workflow. So we'll select that one, and then you can see as you get a lot of clients set up within your workflow, you can see where every client is on which step within your workflow process. So it makes it really handy to just come in here and see, okay, these people have session schedules, I need to mail out these info packets for these clients, and I can just see at a glance right away where everyone is at within my workflow. So that's workflows.